Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we are continuing our discussion of Hallmark Hall of Fame Christmas movies with The Christmas Train, which was originally released on November 25th, 2017, and is now streaming on Hallmark Plus. Come hang out with us over on Instagram, where we are Girls Gone Hallmark for the latest late-breaking Hallmark and Girls Gone Hallmark news.
Should I kick off with a synopsis?
Let's do it.
A journalist embarks on a cross-country train ride at Christmas, having no idea this journey will take him into the rugged terrain of his own heart.
Oh, wow. Ron Oliver directed The Christmas Train, a Hallmark staple. Oliver has amassed 93 directing credits, including Love at the Thanksgiving Day Parade, The Groomsman Trilogy, and dozens of other fan-favorite Hallmark movies.
The teleplay was written by Neil Dabrowski and Tippi Dabrowski, a husband and wife writing team, and is based on David Baldacci's best-selling 3 novel of the same name.
Kimberly Williams-Paisley stars as Eleanor. She's had a recurring role on the series 911 Nashville for the last few seasons, but hasn't been on Hallmark since the Sister Swap movies in 2021.
Are you surprised by that?
Yes, I am.
Me too. I'm like, 2021 seems like a long time ago.
I'm actually surprised those movies are that old as well.
Me too.
I've been doing this a long time.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Dermot Mulroney stars as Tom. He's known for films like My Best Friend's Wedding and The Wedding Date. With more than 160 acting credits to his name, this remains his most recent Hallmark appearance.
Danny Glover stars as Max Powers. He has more than 200 acting credits, including the Lethal Weapon films, The Color Purple, and Dreamgirls.
Joan Cusack stars as Agnes. I'll always remember her as Geek Girl #1. That is what her title was from the movie of 16 Candles.
Wow.
With the headgear, and she wipes her mouth with her bib or whatever she's got going on. I don't know. She has more than 90 acting credits, but audiences will know her as the voice of Jessie in the Toy Story franchise, most recently reprising the role in Toy Story 5. FYI, have you seen it yet?
I have. Have you?
No, I haven't. Was it good?
I liked it.
Nice.
I liked it, but I'm not really sure that we needed Toy Story 5.
Wasn't necessary?
I'm not sure we needed Toy Story 4. Toy Story 3 was a great ending. I really only want the movie where we bring it all back to Andy.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cute.
I also have one more news and note. Mm-hmm. You know, this movie was a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie, right?
Yes.
And it did not air on one of the big 3 networks. This was on Hallmark Channel.
Got it.
Does that change things for you? Does it change your opinion of this movie?
Well, no. Why would it?
Okay, just asking. Are you ready for my first impression?
I am.
A train stranded in the snow has officially unlocked a brand new travel fear. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, no. My first impression is, I know Wendy's going to tell you this movie was slow, but I'll say this. You don't take the Christmas train to get somewhere fast. You take it for the journey.
Oh, get out of here.
That's a direct quote from the movie.
It was so slow. Guys, spoiler, I did not really like this movie.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No, I was irrationally mad. I woke up mad thinking about it this morning. I was like, I hated the ending of this movie.
I didn't like the ending either.
I hated it.
In my version of the movie, that never happens.
You should see my list of wishes, but let's get into the likes.
Okay, let you kick it off.
My takeaway was that the movie's message, at least before the ending, was this is a story about reconnecting with people and rediscovering what really matters, right?
Wow.
That's what I
not
liked.
Sound like the setup for a like. Okay.
That's what I liked. I just wish that the movie left it there. Gone are the days, I feel personally. There is this people don't connect on this human level anymore. We don't look at each other where our heads are always buried in our phones. And I know what's the year this came out?
2017.
Oh, 27. Okay. Well, still phone heavy then too. But we just nobody talks to each other. And no, you know what I mean? At least that's my experience. And so I was like, oh, let's force all these people into this small metal tube and make them talk to each other. Kind of felt nice.
Yeah. I really liked that too. And all of my likes are contingent on ignoring the ending.
Okay.
So, because I do think the ending very much changes the movie. So I'm pretending like, oh, the big twist. For me, I'm taking that out of it. I acknowledge that it happened, but I'm taking that out of my likes for the moment because I think it undoes a lot of it.
100%. I felt like I was duped.
Yeah, of course.
That's what makes me mad about it.
Yes.
That's why I'm still thinking about it the next morning after I watched it. Like, literally woke up mad about it this morning.
But if you think about it, like Ellie and what's his name? Tom? Mm-hmm. They weren't in on it, so their interaction was real.
Genuine.
Yeah. Our main love story.
Okay, fine.
But yes, I agree. It does undo a lot of it. But I'm going to operate from the point of view I watched 95% of this movie was I enjoyed this movie. We're deep in Tropeville with our Christmas in July movies. And I feel like this movie, it aired on Hallmark Channel. This movie operates for me just outside of the classic Christmas tropes. There's a lot of classic Christmas to it, but it's not as... and I think there's always going to be some level of formula that is applied to these movies, but it's warm and cozy like a holiday movie should be. And it does for me, as cliche as it sounds, like the word heartwarming is the best word I can apply to this movie. Ugh. If you recall last week, my husband had some very specific requests for Christmas movies and he did not watch this with me because he's seen it before and he was like, it's not Christmas enough, but
it's not Christmas enough. Because it doesn't have like gingerbread and like a small town and yeah.
Yes. I don't agree with that take is what I'm going to say. Last week's movie, Christmas with Holly, not a Christmas movie in my opinion. A movie that had a Christmas scene. This movie is very much a Christmas movie.
I agree. Mm-hmm. I really like that scene where everybody is giving each other's gifts that they had brought for other people to the people on the train.
Yeah.
Because, I thought that was heartwarming. Mm-hmm. And that gets back to, connection with the people and humanity at this level. I liked that. Mm-hmm. What was my point that I was going to make here? And have you ever done a Christmas train situation?
No, like the ride to the North Pole?
Yeah. Anything like that? Part of me finds that kind of charming, but do these things actually exist? I don't know. They're not just on some, like, I was going to say Greyhound. Greyhound is a bus. Amtrak train, right?
They are.
Are they on? And it's all like decorated. Like, I've never been on a train. So like, actually I have been on a train, but there was not like a bartender who dressed up like Santa and a Christmas tree and people were riding it cross country to get from one place to the other.
Well, there are cross country trains. Plenty of people take the trains for across state lines, across the country. It's not a quick way to travel. Is it decorated for the holidays? I don't know, like space is limited, but I could see a situation where they've got like a little Christmas decor happening in the dining car. I think the short train trip and the long train trip experiences and the cars are going to be different. I've never been on an overnight train with like a sleeper car. I do think their sleeper cars were much larger than anything you would actually get. Ellie and Tom's rooms were enormous.
Yeah, it's like the complaint we've had about like cruise movies. We're like, that's not a room you would get on a cruise ship.
Right.
Yeah.
But I could see a situation where the train the week before Christmas has got some decor on it. The fact that they're calling it the Christmas train, probably doesn't actually exist, but yeah. I could see some seasonal decor happening.
My only other is that I did appreciate that our two leads, Ellie and Tom, are like grown up people. They're dealing with careers. It's not just like this random couple that meets, right? They like have history.
They have history and they've both lived a life and have found relationships that don't work to find their way back to what they had.
Yeah, I like that. Hallmark doesn't explore that enough to me. Especially this is a Hall of Fame movie. This is when you can really get into it. We always have like these couples who... that was my high school boyfriend and then we reconnect and whatever, right?
Sure.
Like we don't really get like, we were together, we were in it and then broke up and then, anyway. So I like that they were a little more grown up.
Yeah, I agree with that. And to the point of these two characters, if I may just talk about the casting, I mean, stunning casting. I love Dermot Mulroney. My Best Friend's Wedding is one of my top 2 favorite movies of all time. I adore him. Kimberly Williams, Danny Glover, Joan Cusack felt like a big get in this movie.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about it, but they're in my wishes.
Oh no. I enjoyed the casting of them. I feel a little bad for Danny Glover in this role, but I think Dermot and Kimberly were very well cast.
I agree with that.
My final like is, I could imagine this being in your wishes. The set design went a long way to making me feel like we were on a moving train. I watched an interview with Dermot where he was talking about like they filmed on moving trains, they filmed on stationary trains, but the vast majority of it was filmed on a soundstage. And we would just use the term green screen, but like rear projection outside the windows to make it look like you were on a moving train. And they were using that while they were filming. That wasn't something added in post-production.
Oh, interesting.
And so he's like, for us, he's like, you kind of got like a little car sick because you can see these things like whizzing by the windows. So I thought that was interesting. I like that little bit of detail, but it felt like we're on a train. And there were a couple moments like looking out the window, you're like, yeah, of course, that looks a little hokey. But for the most part, it was giving moving train vibes for me. Although I do have a Train in the Snow. Did you see that?
Oh,
Let's take a quick break and come back for Wendy's laundry list of wishes.
Hey, now.
All right, Wendy.
Okay, let me start off. I think this cast is fantastic. On paper, they are fantastic. It is honestly what had me most excited going into this movie. I think that is probably when we were selecting our movies we were going to do. I was like, hey, that's a killer cast. Yes, I want to watch that movie. But I think they deserved a better movie.
Oh, no.
I thought Dermot Mulroney and Kimberly Williams, they make me believe that Tom and Eleanor have this complicated history. But I never reached a point where I felt like I was desperately hoping that they would get back together. I was like, oh, this is her person or this is his person. And when Tom's fiance shows up, like it gets even kind of murkier because
he's about to kiss Ellie in that moment. Yes.
Tom's got a chick.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of the things that we hate about some of these movies,
Absolutely.
Right? I thought Danny Glover was good. I also thought, Ron Oliver directed this, right? And if you follow Ron Oliver on Instagram, like he has a certain je ne sais quoi about him.
Yes.
And I was like, was that the direction for Danny Glover's character too? Because he was a little bit, very dressed up, very kind of a man of the scene,
Yeah.
I wonder how much was, art imitating life.
Love it.
Or whatever. I love Joan Cusack and I agree with you. This is a big get, but I thought like they barely let her do anything in this movie except for have these quirky reactions. I love when we find out at the end that she's the train marshal. Tell me that in the first part of the movie. It would have made more sense than her just kind of like creeping around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the frick is Tom? He was looking for her, but he goes into her room and he finds, he goes, are you the thief? What are you doing in this woman's room, dude?
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. I didn't like that he walked in there and looked at her pictures and stuff.
Yeah. No.
I thought her son was going to turn out to be dead, by the way.
Awful.
Well, she only has a picture of him as a young child.
Oh.
And she's like, I'm going to visit my son. I'm like, oh, is she going to go to his grave?
I thought it was sweet that he came in.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I was worried about it. I thought that was sweet. But we never fully, what's the word I'm looking for? We never dig deeper into these characters. Or she could have been, that role could have been played by anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody. Me. Just kidding. Not me. Also, my other biggest wish is that we got a Hall of Fame cast, but this movie is not Hall of Fame quality.
Wow.
And this is why I say this, because I've been disappointed. Last week I was disappointed with Christmas with Holly too, because in my opinion, the Hall of Fame movies are spectacular. The ones that we watch that are not Christmas themed were 3 out of 4. Great. The Christmas ones are falling short for me.
Interesting. This one stands above Christmas with Holly for me.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I loved it.
Nah, this to me, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but this to me falls more into like regular Hallmark movie.
This
just
felt elevated for me, but maybe it's just the actors.
Well, that's what I think. I'm like, you have these incredible actors in a very typical Hallmark movie.
Well, and for what it's worth, the writers of this movie, they do have Hallmark credits.
Tons of them.
Wrote The Reluctant Royal last year. Love Strikes Twice. You Had Me at Aloha. The Christmas Doctor. Right Before Christmas. You know, but there are a ton. Flower Shop Mysteries. Oh, Love on the Air.
I love that movie. I love that movie so much.
Me too. It makes sense that it feels that way to you because these writers have definitely played in the Hallmark movie sandbox. These aren't just like TV movie writers. Like these are very much Hallmark style TV writers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, they're adapting the book.
Yes.
For the screen.
Right. Do you want me to continue or do you want to share some of yours?
I'll share a couple. I want to just expand on Tom being in a relationship. Look, he should have handled that. I know he's on his way to break up with her. The relationship is already over. But again, I think he should have handled it before he's like about to kiss Ellie or be like, here's the situation. Just lay it out for her. Mm-hmm. Just be like, I didn't want to break up with her over the phone. I wanted to do her, you know, the courtesy of having a conversation with her, but also like something's happening here and I don't want to go there until there's a clean break. I know that's not romantic, but I would appreciate that conversation if I were in this situation.
Totally.
The other thing is there are several moments throughout this movie where there's like a little bit like, One, when Lilia arrives and he's like, she's acting so out of character and then like lets it go.
Yeah.
Another when the bride makes a comment like, oh, my parents got married on a train. And Ellie's like, I thought it was your grandparents. She's like, oh, I forgot. Or I got like so caught up or whatever. And then they let it go. And there's all these like hints that something's going on, but they keep letting them go. Mm-hmm. And I think in life, if you're me, you don't let those things go. You're like, what? Why is that happening? That's
you
weird.
Obsess about them?
Yes.
Yes.
And they're just willing to be like, all right, and move on.
Whatever.
And move on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the surprise twist at the end.
Well, I started to think when we get the reveal, right? Mm-hmm. And I imagine, well, honestly, I read IMDb and people were like, that was so clever. Like, I was left thinking, are we just living in a simulation? Mm-hmm. Like, is everything manufactured and orchestrated around us? Like, I was really unhappy about it. It's like one of those like movies where like the story ends and then I woke up. Mm-hmm. And like some people love that. I'm not one of those people. I would have been pissed in real life if I was duped in this situation. I would have been questioning everything. Was the train marshal real? Because the wedding couple wasn't real. Was this real? Was that not real? I hated all of it. And then you have like Max, the director, being like, oh, he just easily explains it all. Oh, he wants Eleanor to have like her happy ending or whatever, and he just did some digging and found out that Tom was going to be on the train, and then he manufactured what?
Yeah, that's one of my biggest issues is how did we make this happen? Like maybe Eleanor has mentioned Tom, but she mentioned him like by his first and last name? And how in the world did you find out that this man was traveling on this train on this date? Like he kind of seems to be like a loner. How would you get that information? Are you hacking into the Amtrak information? And then how did you find out about Lilia and get her on? Like it's too many leaps to make with all of these people who you did not know.
Right. That's what I did not like about it. Now, I did read a review that somebody said the book is excellent.
Oh.
And that the author spends a lot of time like developing characters. And I thought, well, that might be interesting. Like this might be a book that I would be interested in listening to because that's how I consume books. Mm-hmm. And maybe we get a ton more of explanation.
I mean, that's every book, right? They have time for that character development that you don't have time for in an 80-minute movie. And that's why the book is usually better because it just goes deeper with these stories.
Agree. So I'm like, well, maybe it's much better in its original form because this is not working for me at all. Yeah. And, you know, back to Tom, like you talked about, like, he seems kind of a loner. I've never really fully understood, like, why he's on this train. Is he looking for a story? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, because his dad
rode the Christmas train too.
No, because what's the deal? Mark Twain was going to write a story from a train and never did. And so his dad wanted him to be the one who did it.
Okay. I have two more wishes. When Tom decides that he's going to go like on skis or snowshoeing to like go get help, right? Mm-hmm. Ellie's like, yeah, I'm going to go with you. And he's like, no, I got to do it alone. You know, he's like worried about her safety. And then at one point, Max is worried about her safety. I'm like, this lady covered wars for a living. I'm sure she
Seriously.
can. I'm like, stop treating her with these kid gloves. She's fully capable. I was so annoyed.
When chivalry crosses over into misogyny.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then the last thing I wish for at the top of this movie, I don't know if you noticed the soundtrack. This is one of the things that really bothers me most about Hallmark movies. And they haven't done it a lot lately, but every beat comes with like a cymbal crash or some sort of like ding or whatever. Like, this is important. Pay attention to this. I cannot stand it. I hate it, hate it, hate it.
All right. Well, let's move on to Did You See That? You want me to start?
Sure.
Okay. I have a few to run through. One, Ellie's wearing jeans at the wedding. You're telling me girlfriend didn't pack one single nicer outfit that she could have thrown on for the wedding?
I noticed.
As maid of honor?
I noticed.
It's the holidays. You don't have... I mean, I wear jeans at Christmas too. Let's be serious. But I find it hard to believe she didn't have one nicer outfit. I know she didn't have the Max Powers 8 suitcases situation.
Right.
Also, the whole thing was like, we're going to get married on a train. Our grandparents got married on a train. They get married in the train station.
Oh.
They did not get married on the train.
Oh, look at you.
And I know because Max Powers like steps in and he's like, I'm going to plan this wedding for you, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, that's all orchestrated too. But again, they don't get married on the train. We have some Hallmark keepsake ornament product placement.
Oh, I did not notice.
During the tree decorating, they like take it out of the box. They hold it up. It's a whole thing. And my final, did you see that? They're all freezing on the train. And like we see them holding these tiny blankets. Yo, there's a train full of beds. Go take the bedding off of the beds and use that.
I'm telling you, that is a new fear unlocked. Freezing to death in a train covered in snow.
I gotta tell you, I really want to take like a 3 or 4 day train ride.
You got me to go on a cruise. I don't know if you can get me to go on a train.
I mean, a train feels like, I mean, I guess bad things happen on trains too. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We talked a little bit about it. The sweeping overhead shots of the train winding through the snowy mountains looks like a Christmas Village display to me. It is so fake. And then like when everybody's like watching out the window as Tom and Ellie like arrive on covered wagon. I don't even know what they're on. I'm like, what the? Everybody's in this one train car watching like
out the window. I know, it's silly. It's silly.
And then you did talk about it, like the little scenes, like there are little breadcrumbs along the way about the clues of things not adding up.
Yeah.
Now, hindsight's 2020. If I were to go back and rewatch this movie through the lens of like there's this big twist coming at the end, maybe I might be find myself more, enjoying it more to like find those little nuggets, but I just felt so duped.
Yeah, I don't like not being in on the joke. Mm-hmm. And so I would have been so irritated if I was Tom and Ellie, especially Ellie, honestly, because
How do you trust that man as your boss anymore?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
No, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. What did you rate this movie?
Don't get mad. I rated it 3.75 stars.
Oof, I gave it 2 stars.
Whoa. Justice for the Christmas train. Hey.
Send your emails to hello@girlsgonehallmark.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark. We'll be back next week with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.